This is Southern Cross News with Rachel Williams.
Good evening, thanks for joining us. Senior Government Minister and Acting Attorney-General Matthew Groom has today announced he's stepping down from politics after serving the state for the best part of a decade. The Premier says the move has come as a shock, and opposition parties say it increases their chances of gaining power at the March election.
One of the government's most senior ministers today announcing he's closing the door on politics.
I will not be standing as a candidate at the next election.
Matthew Groom will immediately resign from all ministerial portfolios, including state growth and energy and environment, and also step down as acting Attorney-General. But he will serve out the rest of the term as member for Denison.
It's been one of the hardest decisions I've ever made. I've never considered myself to be a career politician.
Obviously, that opens up opportunities for our candidates in Denison to capture some of his vote.
The son of a former Premier who has been a Member of Parliament for almost 8 years says he's been considering the decision for months, but the move has come as a shock to the party's leader, claiming he was only advised yesterday.
I'll be able to tell Tasmanians a little more about ministerial arrangements as we head towards the election.
Because the Premier didn't have the courage to restore the numbers in the House of Assembly, there is going to be a problem filling that cabinet position with someone who has the capacity to do the job.
Mr Groom says he'll pursue another career next year.
Our kids are still young, and Ruth and I want to make sure that we're there for them. And we also want to enjoy the experience.
I wish Matt all the best, and it is a brave decision of his to resign at this point in time.
Labor's Lara Giddings also announcing big news. After a lengthy career in politics, the former Premier is 17 weeks pregnant thanks to IVF.
Really looking forward to now having another career as a mother and as a stepmother.
I think today we can say that family trumps politics.
Louise Hedger, Southern Cross News.
The Tasmanian Greens will move to decriminalise using and possessing illegal drugs. The party passed the motion at its state conference in Launceston today and will now introduce the legislation to Parliament.
We don't want to criminalise people. We want to support them if they have a personal drug use and give them the treatment services that they need.
The Greens say crime rates have decreased in other regions following the decriminalisation of drug use. The party also says making it legal would allow police to focus more on catching traffickers and manufacturers. A motion to call for a complete prohibition of near-shore salmon farms on the east coast also passed. A woman is lucky to be alive after a serious two-car smash on Old Beach Road last night. The woman in her 40s was trapped inside her car until emergency services arrived to extract her. She and her husband were rushed to hospital with internal injuries but were released this morning.
Yeah, this is the second bad car accident she's been in, and she's just got through breast cancer, so she's very lucky.
Police say a neighbour who was trying to help was allegedly assaulted by the occupants of the other vehicle. Police urging anyone who witnessed the incident to contact Crime Stoppers. A 29-year-old man has been charged following an armed robbery at Mowbray's ANZ Bank yesterday. No one was injured in the incident, but it was alleged a knife was held to a customer's stomach before the offender fled on foot with an undisclosed amount of money. Police say the man of no fixed address was arrested around 4 o'clock this morning in Waverley. He's been charged with armed robbery, resisting police, possessing a controlled drug and contravening bail conditions. He's expected to appear in an out-of-hours court session tonight. Tasmania is preparing to lure the best anglers from across the globe for when the state hosts the 2019 World Fly Fishing Championships. The state government today committing thousands of dollars to the event as hundreds of other anglers braved wet conditions to try and bag a $10,000 catch.
It may only look small, but this trout named Timmy was a massive catch. Piranha angler Corey Dolby luring in the Tasmanian Trout Expo's $10,000 fish an hour after putting in his line.
I couldn't really believe it. It was just such a surprise after coming for so many years.
His kids also in shock.
They kept it away from me until I got here. then surprised me and I thought he was lying until he actually showed me the tagged fish.
Dozens of keen fishermen braved wet conditions for day one of the annual 2-day event.
Have you caught anything yet?
No. Probably a cold by the end of it.
Plenty of fish have been caught this morning and despite the conditions, the fish still bite.
And while the big catch has gone, there's plenty more prizes to reel in, including one for the heaviest fish of the weekend.
I think at the moment the biggest fish is about 1.5 kilos.
The state government using the expo to give $100,000 to the 2019 World Fly Fishing Championship. Tasmania will host the event in November and December of that year.
It will promote Tasmania as a world-class trout fishery.
We're expecting somewhere in the order of 30 teams to come in 2019, and they'll come from Mongolia, from Chile, from Canada, Slovakia, and so on.
The Trout Expo at Brumbies Creek Cressy continues tomorrow. Monika Dadsen, Southern Cross News.
North Launceston has claimed its third premiership in the last 4 years with a dominant 87-point win over Lauderdale at UTAS Stadium a short time ago. The visitors kept themselves in it for the first quarter before the class and experience of the Northern Bombers shone through. As predicted, early pressure was intense and it took some Brad Cox-Goodyear magic to break things open. Alex Hill backed himself from behind the arc to slot the visitors first. Jake Pearce was soon on the board, and with the momentum in their favour, Mark Walsh broke the line and capitalised to put the home side 16 points up at the first break. Pearce drew first blood when things resumed to claim his second before Walsh snapped himself another as the blowout began. The visitors had an opportunity to claw one back, but another discipline lapse saw that chance denied. And as he's done all year, Cox-Goodyear led by example. Bomber skipper Taylor Whitford found time and space and made no mistake of it. Taron Thomas got involved with this snap and was awarded another just moments later thanks to the visitors' frustration. Tom Couch slotting one from 65 out as things turned ugly. Another North free kick saw Walsh blow it out to 66 points come half-time. Tom Couch booting the major of the match in the third, and with a 72-point margin at the final change, the fourth quarter was a mere formality. North Launceston claiming its third premiership in 4 years with an 87-point win. Brad Cox-Goodyear earning the Bulldog medal for best on ground with an 8-goal performance.
The culture that's in place now will carry this club forward for many years, and you won't see this club ever drop down the bottom again. It will be right up there competing every year just from the culture and the guys that are around.
Yeah, it's a bit surreal, to be honest. The last probably 9 or 10 weeks, it's really built up to this moment. And it's all you think about, every day, so every moment. So to actually win it, it hasn't sort of hit me yet.
And Hobart's Madeline Fasnacht has finished 14th in the junior women's road race at the World Championships in Norway overnight. The 17-year-old was in medal contention after breaking away from the peloton with around 30 kilometres to go. But after bumping wheels with Ukraine competitor Ola Kulnich, fell in the final kilometre. 92 riders competed in the 76.4 kilometre race.
Good evening. Hobart, Launceston and Devonport all 17 today, Burnie 15. Flinders Island reached a warm 25 degrees today, which was the state's high. Friendly Beaches 20. Grove and King Island 18. Maria Island 17. 15 at Low Head, Wynyard, Ouse and Strawn. Lyawini double figures with 11. An extensive area of middle-level cloud with embedded thunderstorm activity is over the southeast. That is associated with a strong cold front and trough feeding into a complex area of low pressure in the Bight. On the close-up, we can see a mid-level cloud band with those embedded thunderstorms and another band moving over the northwest of the state during the afternoon. Tomorrow, a complex area of low pressure extends from the eastern parts of the Bight to the southern Tasman Sea. Fronts are approaching South Australia and Tasmania and are over New South Wales and the Tasman Sea. A low centre is off the West Australian coast. To coastal waters, northwesterly winds reaching 35 knots about the north and south, seas to 3 metres. A gale warning is current for Tasmanian coastal waters between Tasman Island and St Helens Point. A strong wind warning is current for the lower east coast and all southeast inshore coastal waters. And a small craft wind alert is current for the southwest and central plateau lakes. Tomorrow, Hobart and Richmond both 17 with a shower or two, Ouse 15 and showers, 14 for Launceston and Devonport, Deloraine 12 degrees, all expecting showers. Showers for Burnie 14, Strawn and Curry also 14 with showers, windy there also. To the east coast 16 and showers for St Helens, 17 for Swansea with a shower or two and 15 at Whitemark with wind and showers. Looking ahead to Monday, showers about the west, south and Bass Strait Islands with possible afternoon showers elsewhere. Snowfalls to 800 metres. Tuesday, showers about the west and far south, easing during the day, fine elsewhere, snow to 800 metres. And Wednesday, showers about the northwest extending statewide during the day. Looking to the rest of the country tomorrow, sunny for Cairns, Darwin, Alice Springs and Brisbane. Perth, rain and 18. Sydney, mostly sunny, becoming windy, 33 degrees. And 18 for Adelaide and Melbourne with showers. Currently it's 14 in Hobart with rain, Launceston mostly cloudy 13, Devonport 12 and rain. And Rachel, what an incredible win for the Tigers tonight. No doubt Murph will be cheering that Tiger train on all week.
Sure he will if he's going to keep his wife Donna happy, that's for sure. Thank you for that, Carmen. Well, that's all your news for now. Thanks so much for joining us. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.